Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube videos on my Class 2 overbite double jaw surgery recovery videos. And for some reason in my past videos I've been saying underbite, but I actually have a Class 2, which is an overbite, so my lower jaw was pushed back further than my upper jaw. I also got a reverse genioplasty, which reduces your chin back. So my chin was protruding as well. And I am currently 1 week out from my surgery. So this is 1 week post-op. So I'll kind of show you guys. I have some bruising down my neck. You can kind of see it's like greenish yellow. But guys, I actually am recovering really, really well. My doctor, I saw him on Friday, which was 3 days post-op, and he was in shock at how little swelling I had and just how well I was doing and how good I looked. He said that I looked about 10 days post-op, only 3 days out. So I'm very glad for that. I'm very glad that I'm recovering, but just so you guys know out there that this is probably, sorry, I have to clear my mouth because I get drooly. But this is probably not a typical recovery, so just so you guys can kind of have the right expectation. This is not typically what you're going to look like 1 week out. I'm doing exceptionally well for whatever reason. And I did make some videos, some daily videos that I'm going to try to post as well. I talked about this a little bit in those, but I think it's mostly because before the surgery, I'm a pretty healthy person. I eat extremely healthy most of the time, and I'm very, very active. I do a lot of weightlifting. I'm just in really physically good health. I am 35 years old. So I'm not in my 20s anymore or anything like that, where you just bounce back. But I really do take a lot of effort to maintain myself, and I take my health seriously, and that's all been in the years before the surgery. So I think when you do that and you're a healthy person in general, you're gonna have a better recovery afterwards. So I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that probably had a lot to do with why I'm doing so well with my recovery. I'm so grateful for it, but I just want you guys to know that everyone's recovery is really different, and don't necessarily expect these results. In fact, I feel like it's better to kind of expect the worst just so you're prepared. But today I kind of wanted to go over my first week recovery kind of essentials and what I've been doing to keep myself healthy and just in a good mental place. My first week, there's a lot of learning curves I had to go through, so hopefully I can give you guys some tips that will help you out, and so that you can recover and do well in that part. So I'll get started with my medication. So the first thing I recommend about your medication, obviously every doctor is probably going to recommend and prescribe different things to different people. I'll talk about what was prescribed to me, but it may differ, obviously, from person to person. But just so you guys have an idea of what to expect medication wise, what you're going to have to be doing, because I really had no idea. I knew I'd be taking a lot of medication, but they really didn't give me a list of medication until I was in recovery right after the surgery, and it was a long list, and honestly I was too tired and I just did not have the mental capability to read the list and thoroughly study it and figure out what I needed to do. I kind of just left it up to my mom, and she did good. you know, everything I needed that was prescribed, but there was one thing we forgot that was kind of important. We got it a day later. It wasn't a big deal, but it was just kind of confused. It's kind of confusing. So basically, you kind of have every 3 hours, you are either taking a pain medication, which I started with hydrocodone, which is a narcotic. And then you want to switch, then in 3 hours, you want to take a Motrin, children's Motrin, which is over the counter. Obviously, the narcotic is prescription, but Motrin is over the counter. This is anti-inflammatory. So every 3 hours, you're kind of rotating those two back and forth, taking the pain med, taking the anti-inflammatory. So the system that I found worked the best for me is on my phone. I made an alarm for each type of medicine, and so I'd set it for whatever time I needed to take it. As soon as I take it, I'd, you know, bump it up 6 hours till the next time I needed to take that again. So these two, I'm 1 week out, so they actually switched me off the narcotic. This is like a Tylenol 3. It's a really strong pain reliever, but it's not a narcotic. So this is what I'm taking now, is pain medicine. But I like this a lot better because I honestly feel less loopy. I really hated being on the narcotic. I hated that feeling of being high and out of it, and I just didn't feel like myself. I like feeling clear-headed, and so I feel just a lot better just being off that and being on this now. So that's kind of the main two medicines. But then there is an antibiotic, which I forgot to grab. That's in my refrigerator, and you take the antibiotic every 8 hours. So that was another alarm that I put on my phone. Also, those are the main 3 oral medications I had to take. Additionally, in the morning and in the night, you had like an oral rinse, and you really can't swish it around in your mouth. I kind of just try to like lean forward that way and like swish my head side to side, that way it can kind of get in around my teeth. So this is like twice a day, and then after I eat things, I'll do like a salt water rinse, kind of do the same thing. Just try and keep your mouth as clean as possible after you eat. The other thing is they gave you 2 different types of nasal sprays. These are really important right after your surgery, because you get, especially I had like a lot of cuts in my nose from the tube. This will help kind of break up those scabs, and you'll want a lot of tissues on hand as well, because you're going to blow your nose, and you're going to get big scabs coming out of your nose and blood clots and stuff. That's gross, I know, but if you keep it hydrated, this is like a sea salt spray that you can use however often you want to throughout the day whenever you need it. This is some sort of medicated. This is, I think this one's over the counter. This one was prescription. This is a medicated one. You're only supposed to do it no more than twice a day. So I do this in the morning and the night to help with that. I also got a medicated lip balm. You're only supposed to use this 3 times a day. And my lips, they're so much better. But when I first got out of surgery, they were like crusty for a few days, and then the crust kind of like peeled off. But you want to keep your lips really, really hydrated. So in addition to using that prescription ointment, I also use Aquaphor, which is the doctor recommended. But I also use, and actually pretty much just using this right now, this is the Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream. I have used this for like decades of my life, and I swear by it. It's like the best ointment there is, like best balm in the world. And it's why like my skin is so soft around my lips. Just 1 week out, I mean, my lips are a little chapped right here, but I mean, the corners look fine. Like, I mean, this stuff is like a miracle cream. I love it so much, and I swear it's helped me a ton with my lips. So I highly recommend that product. The other thing you do unfortunately have to get is, because of the narcotics, you are not going to be able to go number 2. You're going to have issues going to the bathroom. So I did get Colace, and it works. Let's just put it that way. It's effective. So you will need that, because with narcotics, most people, you just cannot go to the bathroom. It's not a fun time. Okay, so moving on to the ice packs that I used. I showed you guys this in my essentials video I made before the surgery, but this is like my little facial ice pack thing. This has been great. I love it. They also give you in the hospital this jaw bra, they call it. It's dirty right now, so, and it has little pockets in the side for ice packs, and you just put it on that way. I will say I do not like the ice packs that they gave me in the hospital. They're literally just Ziploc baggies that you fill with ice, and they leaked. So I'm like, you know, trying to find silicone ones in the store or something that won't leak, and these are a little big for it. Like, they're a little big for the pocket. They don't quite fit, but we kind of make it work. But I bought 2 of these. Actually, my boyfriend bought these for me, to go in those pockets to kind of put right here, in that jaw bra. And then I was like, okay, I got this part of my face nice and iced, but now I need to like ice right here. So I was frantically trying to look. I had my boyfriend go out and look for one of those facial ice things that you see that has like the cutout eyes and cutout nose and lips and stuff that you could ice your whole face. No store had any of that. We couldn't find that in store at all. But my sister had one of these eye masks for your eyes that was, you know, filled with the gel stuff. And I was like, actually, if I flip this upside down and put it under my nose, it works perfectly for what I needed. So I've been using this to kind of get, like, I'll kind of ice the sides of my face, and then I'll ice the front of my face, so I kind of get both. I haven't started using my ice roller yet. I did get an ice roller. I used it on my neck a little bit to try to get some of this circulation going in my neck, to get rid of some of this blood that's pooling up here, but I haven't used it on my face yet. I want to be careful. I'm only 1 week out. I don't want to do anything too, you know, with too much pressure on my cheeks or whatever just yet. I might wait another week before I start using the ice roller on my face. So okay, so moving on to nutrition, I did talk a little bit about in my essential videos some of the protein powders I plan to use, veg being one of them. This is my favorite flavor, peanut butter cup. I have been using that, love it. And the Huel protein powder, this is strawberry cheesecake. This is one of my favorite Huel powder, love those have been great. But what I didn't talk about in that video was the fact that I had planned to do juicing. So I have a juicer, so this isn't necessary. If you have a juicer, do this, great. If you don't, it's not necessary. You can buy juices in the store, but I had a juicer, so I wanted to use it. And so I bought a bunch of produce. I made 3 different types of juice. I made, this one is like an orange, carrot, apple, ginger. I think that's all that's in this one. Kind of vitamin C drink. This one is pineapple, kale. I think I also put some apple in here and some cucumber. I think that's most of what's in that one. And then this one is beet juice, parsley. I also put some carrots and apples and cucumbers in this, maybe some ginger as well. So if you guys haven't made fresh juice, it's not the best tasting thing in the world. It can be really good, but especially You want to freeze these. So I froze these. I made these the weekend before the surgery, and I froze all of them because these juices are only good for like 2 days max once they're thawed. They're just like a regular fruit or vegetable. They go bad. So you want to drink these up really quickly. The other thing with these juices, and I didn't realize it till yesterday, is that especially this beet one, there actually is still a lot of pulp in here when you start drinking it. So you want to get yourself a strainer. Actually, I'm gonna put this on the essential list. Like, get a strainer. It's really important because I strained out so much pulp because you don't want any chunks in your diet the first week or two, because those can get in your incisions and cause issues. So you want to strain out any chunks if you juice. Also, if you buy any soups in the store or you make any soups, sometimes they might look liquidy. Like I had one that looked really liquidy. I squirted it in my mouth and I'm like, there's chunks in here. Like you couldn't tell. And then we strained it, and sure enough, there were chunks of stuff that was really hard to see. But get yourself a strainer, and if you're not sure if there's chunks in it, just strain it to be safe. That way you're not getting chunks, and it's not clogging up your syringe, which I don't know what I did with my syringe. I had it here, but it's gone. So that I recommend on the juicing. I do think juicing is a really, really great if you can stand the taste. If you have a juicer and you want to spend 3 hours making juice like I did, it is, there's tons of great nutrients in there that are beneficial, and I think it's probably helped my recovery a little bit. The other thing is I also got a liquid multivitamin. I take this every morning. Again, it's not the best tasting thing in the world, but I don't think it's too bad. I don't know. These Ensure things are awesome. I was initially against getting Ensure kind of drinks because I'm like, I don't really know what's in them. But why I like these is because it's not a lot of liquid. So when you're on a liquid diet and all you're consuming is liquid, it's like, this is a lot of calories for not as much liquid. You just get really full on liquid, and then you kind of get sick, when you've had too much water or whatever. You get that kind of whooshy feeling in your stomach, and you're like, ooh, I don't know. You want to get as many calories in your liquid as possible, so you have energy and stuff. And so these have 350 calories in this one little bottle. It's got 11 grams of fat, it's got 16 grams of protein, and it's got 47 grams of carbs. So Ensure Plus is what this is. So this has actually been really good for me too. And then I showed you this, but this is Kettle and Fire soups. They have a ton of soups in the grocery store I went to, which is Meyer. That's like a Midwestern grocery store chain, but I'm sure they sell these other places. Kettle and Fire, they had a bunch of soups, and they're all bone broth based, which is good because bone broth has a lot of good protein in it and fat. You need that stuff in your diet. Let's see, what else? I think that's all on nutrition. And then I've been doing a little physical therapy, not for my jaw. My jaw, I'm still 1 week out and letting that rest, but I'm just talking like for your body. I get up and I stretch, and after the surgery, I don't know what my body went through like during the surgery while I do, but my arms, like right here and right here, I mean the IV in right here, which is still very bruised, they were like knotted up like crazy. And even on my left or my right arm as well, and like my right butt cheek, like my glute was like, it was so knotted up and it was so painful. It hurt so bad. So luckily I have a foam roller that my good friend Lindsay gave me for Christmas a few years back. But this thing has been so helpful. Get yourself a foam roller. Even if you wake up from surgery and you don't have big knots, it's still good just to foam roll every day. if you're not exercising, just keeping your body, your muscles kind of in good shape. Stretch. I've been stretching a lot. I've gone for one walk, which doesn't seem like a lot. It's a nice day today. I might do another one, but I'm honestly so active. I'm up and cleaning, and I probably need to slow down and do less, but I'm doing so much throughout the day. I'm hardly sitting still that much. Even like the first few days I got back, I still was like getting up and getting this. So my mom's like, "What are you doing? Let me get that for you." I'm just like, "No, it's okay." Definitely chill out. Don't do it if you really can't. If you are really dead tired, you're really exhausted, get your sleep. That is really important. But if you're able to, and if you're feeling energetic enough, go for a walk. Get your body moving. I think that helps with the recovery as well, and just your mental health as well. I feel like it just kind of makes you feel like you're doing something. So yeah, that's really all I had to talk about today, guys. Like I said, I made some daily vlog kind of videos. I'm gonna post that in a separate video, I think, along with some videos from each day of my recovery. I might try to put that in this video, but I'm just starting out with like video editing software, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, my chin strap is still on from the genioplasty. I think that should be off by the end of next week, I'm hoping. But yeah, I will keep you guys updated with more videos on my progress. Thank you so much for watching my channel, and stay tuned. Bye.